So, really quickly, I wanted to ask you, what is it about this Amanda Sturz story that kind of got your attention at first?
Well, Tony Collette sent me the script. I love working with Tony. I did one movie with her. So I'm starting to like read the script, envisioning Tony playing this character. And of course, I just started laughing and imagining all her awesome expressions and just taking the journey with this woman who is just a people pleaser, always thinking about everybody else. And then she like finds her voice and finds her power. I just thought, that sounds fun.
I think she does such a great job in the role of Kristen as well. And she's obviously the fish out of water in this story, as any of us would be. But what is it about her that makes her relatable? Is it some of that stuff that you just mentioned?
Yeah, I think you can relate to that. You want everybody to like you. She wants to be cool to her husband. She's even nice to the girl that her husband's cheating on. Like she's a good person. But even though she's disrespected at her work, all the bosses, all the dudes are like doing their crazy, male gaze stuff and everything. And so she's navigating life from a position where she's very passive. And as the movie goes on, she's able to like find her power. I think we can all kind of relate to that, we've been in moments where people just aren't listening to us, but I have a great idea. I swear it's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, we've all been there for sure, for sure. Now, so many movies surrounding the mafia, Catherine, have more of a serious tone, and understandably so. But how much fun is it to kind of work with the genre in a more comedic space, and even maybe poke fun at a few of the tropes we tend to see in movies like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, what a fun opportunity. We are not trying to say it's any particular mafia or any particular organized crime family, but the invisible mafia, that's operating in the shadows outside Rome. So, definitely ours, the Balbano family. They are a special family, and just to be able to kind of play with that they've got the wine as a front. They've got these beautiful old ancient vineyards and ancient like wineries. We have we're in a 400-year-old winery. So you get all that history of being in Italy, but we play with it because we have a feminist twist on it.
That's right. Absolutely, you do. Actually, you got to film a little bit in Italy. Do you feel like that kind of helped bring a little bit more authenticity to things and kind of make it feel more real just being there?
Oh yeah, I mean we filmed the whole movie in Italy, so we're all in Rome based and all outside of Rome and these ancient villas and really we filmed on the Appian Way, we filmed on the bridge, in view of the castle, Castello di San Angelo, in front of the Vatican. I mean, and everybody was Italian, almost everybody except for Sophia Nonvet and Tony. We had an Italian cast that just made it super yummy. They would tell me, "No, we wouldn't do that. This is how we eat. This is what we would do."
I love that. So the pasta scene makes even more sense to me now. That makes much more sense
Yes.
now that I know that. So every time there was a scene though with Kristen and Bianca together, I was kind of really locked in to those scenes. Talk about the relationship between the two of those characters, and also just the amazing chemistry between Tony and Monica, which I thought was incredible.
It's so fun because they're like blonde and brunette, darkness, light. Also, Monica comes from the mafia. She's witnessed a lot of violence. She's a cool character. She's going to show Tony how to get through this. And Tony's got that kind of bubbly, like innocence, fish out of water. And now she's getting shaped by, Monica, and even getting a new outfit, new look and everything. So I love that they were so different. Their energies are so different. Monica's got a beautiful voice. It just draws you in. Tony's just super alive and bubbly. And that was the fun. I thought that was so much fun. The contrast, the fact that they did need each other. They cared about each other.
I love that, the light and the dark. I didn't actually think about that, but being the director of that caught your attention. I just learned something today. That's awesome. Thank you, Catherine. So
Thank
everybody
you.
needs the ride or die best friend. And how much of a role does Jenny actually play in this story? And just talk about that energy that Sophia brings to the character, because it just jumps out at you.
Oh my God, Sophia is outrageous. I mean, you've seen her on Game of Thrones, the new, not Game of Thrones. I'm sorry. You've seen Sophia on oh dear, oh my God, what's the other one? The dragon. No, not the dragons. Somebody help me, please.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Okay,
There you
we've
go.
seen Sophia on Lord of the Rings, and she's, the dwarf queen, and she's pretty badass on that. And this, you just get to see the fun side of her. She is a ride or die friend. She's always supporting her. She's like, you need to think about you. You need to go to Italy so you can get your beep pounded, that kind of, all her funny advice she gives her, and her eat, pray, beep, all that stuff. She's really pushing Kristen to be herself, to live her authentic self, to express her sexuality, her desire for sexuality. And then, of course, even when she's poisoned somebody, she's still there for her. Oh, I'll help you. She shows up in court. I'm here for you, man. I'm going to get you out of this.
Absolutely. And I think you're printing T-shirts with those slogans that you got coming up too. And when you see the film, you'll actually know what she's talking about with the bleeps there. It'll make perfect sense. I feel like there's a larger story here lingering, Catherine. I think you just touched on it a little bit here. Would you kind of say that a lot of the story is actually highlighting women empowering women, and how important is that?
Yes, I do think the story is women empowering women. You've got Bianca and Sophia's characters, both Ginny, both helping Kristen find her voice. The men at her work are literally muting her. Hit mute. They do not want to hear her voice. They don't want to hear her ideas, but the women are encouraging. And you see the whole vineyard flourishes when Kristen does nurture it and take care of it. You see that, and she makes more humane the mafia, giving drugs to older people that need the drugs at fair prices. So she humanizes it, she feminizes the mafia in a way, and it works out very well for everybody.
There are a couple of guys that I love in this movie, and that is Dante and Aldo. Can you just talk about those guys for a second? Because I just love them instantly.
Oh my God, we love the two bodyguards, and they are just beautiful. They had never met each other, so I did a chemistry read on Zoom with them for casting, and I loved, how tall Aldo is, Francesco, and then, Dante's got his warmth and his cute cheeks and everything, and the fact on Zoom, you could just feel that chemistry, like these two are going to be like an Abbott and Costello or whatever. They're just amazing, and now they're literally almost best friends. They do everything.
Really, I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. I want to be friends with them too after seeing that for sure. No spoilers, Catherine, but we already know the Balbano family certainly changes Kristen. Do you kind of feel like it's a little bit the other way around too? Are they kind of influencing each other just as much throughout the film?
Yes, because we do see Kristen putting her humane version of how we should treat people, injecting that into this organized crime family. Now her cousin has a little trouble with that, but that he's a very fun character too. Played by Eduardo Scarpetta. He's just wild. That was really fun for me because a lot of the actors, including Monica, Tony, Eduardo, they had a lot to offer, and we like that idea. Let's improv, let's make it even funnier and more crazy.
And this movie has a lot going on for it too. Mafia Mamma. Make sure you see it in theaters on April the 14th, directed by this lady right here, Catherine Hardwicke. Thank you so much for taking your time today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. And have some of our wine with the severed finger.
Oh, look at that. I love it. I love it.